Hi everyone, it's your boy Zack, and this is my review of Absolute Batman issue 14. I'm used to being behind on things because there's so much good stuff out right now, but turns out I'm not behind on Absolute Batman, so that might mean it's my favorite. Although it really feels like there are two different versions of Absolute Batman. There's the one you saw in the Batman Absolute Batman Annual, and it wasn't just Daniel Warren Johnson's main story. Even in the what was it, James Harren backup story, he's basically just Reacher. He's Reacher as Batman. This one, however, is crazy. This was so much fun. Scott Snyder just did another hour-long flirting session with Sasha slash interview, and I remember when he was first starting, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is all building to something," and he was really getting excited. But I was like, "So what's it gonna build to? Like, what if Batman was a castle and the castle had spikes and he was called Bat Castle?" It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm breathing, and the freaking one electron of this. This is one of my greatest pet peeves. What is the point? You're connecting and reconnecting to a stationary cell phone because I breathed and the wire moved a little bit. Anyway, I dealt with that first world problem. But yeah, he would get all excited. I was like, this is going to be some stupid ass shit. He's like, what if City Hall was a Batman? And so the City Hall had spikes on it. Oh my God. But no, this was like, what if Bane was a giant? And I mean like a giant, not like Andre the Giant, but like giant from, Greek mythology. Like you can climb on him. So the first page right here, which is basically just a bunch of fragmented memories of Bruce's before he goes to a huge battle with Bane. You don't really hear about like editing, except for when like Eric July misprints something. He goes, "Man, this be one of my bold cinematic ideas. Shit, there's so much lore in here." Um, it's just if you ever want to laugh, just go to Twitter and superverse. What the hell word was I trying to say? Search Ripiverse. Oh, search Ripiverse. Superverse. Search the words Ripiverse and lore, and you will feel like lore is a code for something. He's like, man, I just dropped my new book. It's got so much lore in it. And then the people will be like, I just read his new book. It sure does have a lot of lore in it. The word for today is lore. But anyway, so usually things are just kind of like fairly staid, as they say, STAID. Maybe you can artfully work a page break or a page turn in with the captions, but kind of cutting back and forth between, and not even in continuity, not even in chronological order. I thought this was a very artful and effective way to start the issue, and then it's just a big old fight. So basically, it's kind of like the Matrix. Bruce Wayne was captured, and he had all these, ports and electrodes put in him so he could handle the Venom steroid. And now he's got 2 shots left. And so their plan is they're going to test it out to see if it can work, and then they're going to save the other one for when he fights Bane. And they clear out Madison Square Garden to have a fight there. And when I tell you that, like, the way that Scott Snyder has focused his spazziness to make just the most. I mean, I love the, like the Reacher style Absolute Batman. But Batman in Madison Square Garden, twin towersing one of the adjacent buildings just to get the first hit in on Bane, and then utilizing the Bat dump truck with Alfred behind the wheel, and the Bat dump truck looking small in comparison. This is the gigantic ass Bat dump truck. That's Bane. So just using like crashing buildings and giant vehicles and the scale of Bane is so freaking crazy. You can knock his eye out, and then he's just gonna double in size and grow it back. And you're just like, holy shit, how did we get here? Especially again contrasting Daniel Warren Johnson's version that came out like a month or two ago, and it was like you could just like hit him with a lead pipe and knock Batman out, and now he's crawling up the back of a skyscraper-sized freaking Bane is so crazy. And then he just like taps in Killer Croc, and now at some point I do ask like, well, where is this going? Like, because now when he started Absolute Universe, it's like we're gonna do this for like a year or two, and now he's talking like we got 3 more years of plans from like now a year later, and he's like, and if things are going good, we'll just keep going forever. It's like, how are you gonna top this? Like, look at Bane. He's literally filling up Madison Square Garden. Who do you think you are? Popular singer whose name I'm blanking on right now? The one, the blonde one. I don't know. But anyway, awesome fight that just keeps getting more awesome. Government name awesomer. And I enjoyed pretty much every single second of this issue. Now, I will say the only thing that wasn't perfect to me is spoiler. Oh, sometimes people need more time. So, people are receiving Ironsides 3 and the back catalog 1 and 2, and then Impossible Stars 2 and Impossible Stars 1. So a guy just sent me a link to a video where he reviewed it all. And then he was talking about, like, I hope in the future Ironsides books. And I was like, future? It's been like 3 years since we started one, and like it's super late, and the sales are, it's not 2020. Like, all of like the anti-SJW crowd, all of our sales have plummeted. The only way you have sales right now is to keep Republicans company, keep lonely middle-aged conservatives company by doing live streams every day. Like, that's the only way to maintain sales. If you're not doing that, you are sub 1,000. Eric July has had no late books, maybe like 1 or 2, but fulfilled like 30, and he's doing Let's Plays because there is no one lonelier than a middle-aged conservative man. You would think that 50-year-old men who complain about Disney princesses would just have a very full social calendar. Turns out they don't. But the guy was like, yeah, in the next Ironsides, I hope. And I was like, there's not going to be any more Ironsides books. Like, I don't have the sales anymore. And then that weird conversation I had with my friend about what kind of Marine Lee Pace would have been. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, there might be something there. And then I just came up with the entire story, like the entire thing. And I was like, all right, one more. Maybe break even on this one after, I mean, that's still cool. And I just like creating. And these books are awesome, by the way. So he does the, you want power? What if I give you too much power? Except for he does that with Venom. So that's a staple. There's one story I'm working on where I'm trying to come up with the ending, and it was basically a variation on that. And it's like, I can't be the 8 millionth writer to write the like, oh, this guy absorbs power, let's give him too much power. It's been done a lot of times. But I mean, you can't even call it body horror when the body is filling Madison Square Garden. Like, Madison Square Garden is basically a boxing ring in proportion to the size of him. Look at him. He's like, this is awesome. I love that Scott Snyder and the artists are leaning into, like, okay, let's do something you can't make a movie because it would just be too goddamn ridiculous. It's like, what if, Bane could just keep growing forever until you overloaded him, and then, God, look at that. That's so cool. But yeah, anyway, go get this book. Don't wait. Don't make excuses. Don't listen to some sad sack Ned Flanders YouTuber. It's like, well, the first 14 issues are good, but in 100 issues, it'll probably be terrible. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Go read it. You dork. Woke Zack attacks the fans. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.